Most men don't like women. They like having sex with them and procreating and stuff like that. But
This
most
is
men don't
crazy.
Like
That's insane. What? Yo, most men like women actually. Most men actually like women.
There are arguments that can be made on both sides.
Listen, I would hate to live in a world with no women. Y'all, anybody could call me whatever they want. I do not want
It's a man's world.
So, is this when you are single or when you have a girlfriend? I'm just asking.
Well, I try to. Well, mostly when I'm single. At the same time, if I do have women friends and I'm in a relationship, I would let my partner know, hey, look, I have this friend, this friend, this friend. Now, let me say this. I'm not going out one-on-one with these girls. I'm not doing any date because I wouldn't want my girl to do that. So I'm not going to do that. I follow the same rules that I would want her to follow. So,
all right. Leah Givenchy.
Hey, I think a lot of it is ego. A lot of men, even if they don't want you, they don't want other men to have access to you. So they'll feed you just enough to keep you in check, just enough to make you not want to move. I'm just looking at what the text is reading. Is like a woman that he probably was intimate with, and he don't want a future with her, but he's keeping her around. That's the angle I'm going with it. And a lot of times when men, dangle that carrot of possibility in front of you and feed you just enough, it just keeps you there in that purgatory type of gray area. I don't want to
relationship. We're talking about non-sexual though. You talking about non-sexually or sexually?
No. Sex. Well, besides sex,
non-sexually.
Right, but no. Besides men, why do some men keep women around they don't see a future with? So that means, but this is how I'm taking it. We were having sex. The sex is out the window now. Why is he still keeping the woman around? Why is he still in proximity?
There was no sex. There was no sex at all.
It says besides sex. No sex.
No sex at all.
No sex at all.
No sex.
Okay, maybe she's a motivator. Maybe a lot of women stroke egos. Even on the friendship level, never had sex. We're just platonic friends. A lot of women are good at boosting egos. And men like that. And I think Bruce has said it too. I was a wing woman to one of my close friends when I was single. And every time people would see me and him hanging out, his DMs and all that was jumping because it's like, okay, he must be doing something to have a woman like that in proximity. So a lot of times, men use women as, that wing type of thing. So I would say I still come back down to ego.
So y'all think every single thing that we do, even when we're friends with a woman, we want to have sex with her friends. It's always something sexual when it comes to women. These are the women saying this.
Most men don't like women. They like having sex with them and procreating and stuff like that. But
this
most
is
men don't
crazy.
Like That's insane. Yo, most men like women actually. Most men actually like women.
There are arguments that can be made on both sides.
Listen, I would hate to live in a world with no women. Y'all, anybody could call me whatever they want. I do not want
It's a man's world.
In a sword fighting. Listen, I do not want to live in a sword fighting world. I just don't want to do it.
Israel, let me rebut. Now I got to get in here. If there was no chance at having sex with these women, would you still want to live in that world with no women?
Yes, because I'm what are you talking
about? Yes,
it's not necessarily the same.
Look at something.
Hold on. Let me answer it real quick. Let me answer it real quick, Trigger Mike. Let me answer it like this. There's all kinds of situations too, right? I was always taught you never get your bread when you get your meat. So you might have a female that you work with or that's cool with you that you do business with, and you're not going to cross that line if you live by certain codes and certain principles, right? But she may have certain skill sets or she may be valuable in other ways, and you're just not going to cross that line because that will mess up your money and that will put you in a bad position. So you're not going to get your bread where you get your meat, and you're not going to shit where you eat. So you're going to be in a place where you're just going to be cool with the woman, and y'all gonna have a platonic situation and never cross the line.
You sound like a very logical man, but unfortunately, a lot of men ain't. A lot of men.
Why do y'all love to say a lot of these men aren't this and that? But the man in front of you is always a logical man. But a lot of these men,
because when
y'all dealing with outside
when we're on social media, everybody present their best foot forward on social media. But in real life, I don't even keep male friends. Period. I don't have any. I don't have no ex that I'm still friends with. I don't keep them because I've never had a man in my proximity that if he could have, he wouldn't have. So I don't even engage in it, period. I keep you all the way
That's
over.
kind of sad.
Exactly.
I just want to tell you.
all
That's kind of
right,
what.
let's finish up. Then we're gonna chop it up. Sweeney, you next.
There's a lot of projecting going on around here, but okay. But
This shit is sad, bro.
But we can attack this from a couple of different ways. So I think Leah's position on what the text actually means is actually correct. Her interpretation of the question. It said, besides sex, why do men sometimes keep women around they don't see a future with? So what this question is really asking is, in a relationship, if besides sex, what other reason would this man want a woman around? And I will say this, most women already know that reason. There's a lot of reasons why a man would stick with a woman outside of just sex. But let's say for the sake of argument, if you heard all the men's answers on this panel, you can tell that that's a very difficult question to answer, considering the fact that a lot of the times men ain't even the reasons why they're friends with women to begin with. A lot of men don't put women in the friend zone category. There's a very select few of men that can do that, but majority of men aren't the ones sliding women in the friend category. So what you have is a situation where a lot of dudes are friends with women, and they do tend to. I think a lot of the male-female relationships is often one way. It's a woman getting a whole lot and a man not getting much at all.
Yep.
And so if a man does keep you around besides sex, there has to be something that you're giving that goes well over and beyond that than just sex. Because if women take sex off the table, a lot of men ain't kicking it with them.
Wait. So am I the only one? Wait, I cannot be the only one that women give the world to. I cannot be the only one that women do everything with.
I'm the same way,
I
bro.
can't be the only one.
Did I not just say for a very select few of men that may be the case? But
I'm a select few.
If you got women out here giving you the world for jack shit, then absolutely, because women don't fucking do that to everybody.
Yes, they do.
But everybody
yes, they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They might be sex.
That's not true. You
Right,
have to be
everybody.
special.
But
to
she's not gonna
them.
do a lot of things
You
for
have to be
just.
special
I mean,
to
just
them for
right.
whatever reason.
For
All right, so
everybody
finished
gets. All right, so the point is that, like I said, for a select few men, there is a lot of women that will be in dudes with what we call them male orbiters. There are a lot of female orbiters around very select dudes, but that's not the case for majority of men. Majority of the time, men are the ones placed in the friend zone. They will stick around a woman for a very long time without sex, under the possibility that sex is going to be on the table at some point. Outside of that, men have always been friends with women. That has always been a thing. It's just, I don't think a lot of it is by choice. We try to do something more than just friends. And most of the time the woman says, no, we ain't doing that. We can just be friends. And that's when you get that friend zone relationship. And oftentimes it's one way.
Big fact.
That's crazy.
I don't even. Well,
right.
I don't know.
Let's chop it up after we get KCB in there.
All right, go ahead.
Hi guys, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
So I have to agree with Bruiser and Caro and a little bit of what Israel is saying. I definitely believe that it's kind of the same reason why women keep men around that they don't see a future with. They are getting something that either feeds them physically or feeds them emotionally. Men have emotional needs just like women do. And, really going back to that college mindset, it's a lot of women and a lot of men we were figuring things out. It's a lot of dudes that have emotional ties to females that they know really that they do not want to marry. They do not want to be with, but they keep them around because there's that friendship established. There's that background established. There's emotional ties within their relationship as far as friendship and maybe family and other outside friends tied to that relationship. So they stay around and they stay in that male's life for that reason. The same reason why women keep men around that they don't see a future with. So I think at the end of the day, like we make it that like men aren't emotional beings, but they really are just like women, but just in a different way. And they have different emotional needs and different reasons why they will keep a relationship going outside of sex with women, just like women do the same thing with men.